Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your evening wrap-up of your SPDR ETFs for Thursday, the 6th of May, 2021. You know, no matter what I'm going to say tonight, everything's going to hang on the jobs data report. The market's baked in a million number. So anything close to that, it's already in the marketplace, in my opinion. A 1-1 number bullish, under 900,000 probably bearish. And we'll see what the market does. The first thing that'll happen is the algorithms will take over the trading. You let the first 10, 15 minutes go by in the futures side of it. By the time you come to it, well, your markets will already digested that, but be ready because you're behind the eight ball if it's a big move one way or the other. I decided to add ARK. Why not? Everybody's talking ARK. Every time I turn around, Kathy Woods is the new hero. I've been through this in my whole career. There's always a new hero that comes out and somebody there, and unfortunately, that pinnacle is hard to hold on to. So let's just go and take a look at ARK as to what it's done. It's been falling. Market, though, had a stellar performer. You know, I think it's still up 100% on the year. She caught monstrous moves. But as more money comes to you, it's harder to invest that money. You know, size is a detriment often. And that is something that her and her company are probably dealing with. As you take a look at the swing line, you have a higher high and a lower low, a vertical price drop that has occurred. As you take a look further on the market, you can see you were near 160 at a point. You're back down now to the 105 level. Just today, the market went under the 200-day average, past 2 days actually, under the 200-day average. That's never a pretty sight. That would mean you're under the Bollinger Band most likely, and you are. You've got 3 days under it, so it's ready for a pop. It's like a pressure cooker. You get too far under that, that's it. It is not trending. This is a vertical price drop. It made its rally and didn't work its way down with lower highs, lower lows. The market is also oversold. So, ripe for a bounce? Probably so, okay? I'm not a bottom picker, couldn't begin to tell you. GameStop, dead in the water, not doing much. I saw today Mr. Gensler, our new SEC chairman, talking about it. And, you know, he's so worried about people in Bitcoin and that there's no customer protections. Folks, this Bitcoin thing's all about speculation. It has no purpose other than speculation. You may not agree with that, and that's fine, and people are getting rich on it by the day. I get it. I get that banks are opening desks. Goldman just opened a desk. They have a new derivative product coming out that is based on the futures contracts, not on the Bitcoin itself, because at least they can do something with that. So beware, they're going to get more and more products. They come out often when markets make peaks. That's all I'm going to say. I've seen this. PAVE, higher lows, higher high, still bullish. New high on the move. You know why? The Biden administration is now saying he can deal with a rise in the corporate tax from the current 21% to as low as 25 and as high as 28. He's opening the door for negotiations so he gets his other projects in. That's bullish, this market. When we come to the semiconductors, they're still in trouble. Wouldn't you think that, you know, with all the demand for it, if you saw Ford, what they're taking off their earnings and all that, that you can make them quicker? Well, the fact of the matter is you can't. If they could, they would. But you're oversold. You've moved to the right-hand side of the Bollinger Band is all you can say. Embed and I'll get excited. Don't embed. I don't do much down there. That's an area that's overcooked. POTX. I was telling traders today that they could be looking at the short side back for the lower Bollinger Band, and that's exactly what is occurring at this point. The trend is down, but the objective's right here. Don't be surprised if you just hang around inside of those two Bollinger Bands. Momentum is down, so you could push it a little further when you look at it. When I take a look at ESGU, this is a pattern that is made to make you crazy in the head. I call it the psychiatry pattern. You're wondering, why doesn't it break out? Why can't it go through there? Then it snaps back. So these guys are caught that we're pushing it that way. It goes back up maybe to the upper Bollinger Band and makes them nuts again because it doesn't go anywhere. That's often the case with that pattern. It's a very difficult pattern. XLE, the energy, there gets to be a point where it's looking a little rich. And again, I'm going to repeat, without an embedded reading and hitting the Bollinger Band, which started here, I'm the first to say that. I think the other parts, you're walking on air to a certain degree. You need to get that embedding. Be careful right there. Apple at least got a bounce today off its lower Bollinger Band again, and it got back over the 100-day average of closes. So my original thought when it got down, and this is what we were talking about, I said I was surprised. I know I said this the other day. I was surprised it didn't hold better than that. It came back, fought a battle yesterday, and today it's gotten that battle again. If it can take itself over this 130.45, this leg of the decline may have ended, and you've pushed out the trading band down a little bit. So we'll see. I think tomorrow's going to be a very important day in it. If it can clear that 130.45, the 132.71 is a chart. To me, I can take the name off the chart. That's just the points that I'd be looking at. On EFA, my eye goes here. I'm overbought, or not me, the chart is. So I have an overbought market that's stuck in these Bollinger Bands, higher high, lower low pattern. What's the point of being involved? And the pros, I think 2 days ago, took all their money off the table. You and I were here. Go back and take a look, and I'm sure I would have said that. And all you've done is snap back now. When we come to gold, everybody's looking for the time the gold breaks out, including me. I'm one of those guys too. You've got the higher highs, higher lows, but duh, you're overbought, you're over the upper Bollinger Band. First time you hit it was today. What do I think the pros did in this market? I think they came out. So I know you're going to tell me, Ira, it's ready to go up here, and it may well. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying I'm bearish, you don't hear that, but I do think there's a point where the pros come out, and I think it was today. Gold miners, the 200-day average with the Bollinger Band. So the 200-day and that, what do you think? You're not embedded. I think the pros are taking money off the table. They had a phenomenal trade in that. TLT, you're in an uptrend. You're getting a little long in the tooth here with an overbought condition. Anytime you have a reading in the slow stochastic over 70, you're overbought. That's at least my definition. Should it take out 138.93, I think, what was yesterday's low? 138.92. That would be a problem for the market. It would set the chart saying, okay, this run to the upside may be ending. It doesn't mean it would start a bear run. I more or less think that you're caught. I think so many markets are doing this in the ETF arena, where they're just caught in sideways actions for the moment. And last, in the euro currency, if you watch the dollar, it had a problem. But all this is going to wait on the data tomorrow. So the euro, as much as it's been in a downtrend, couldn't reach down here. Momentum is down. Bias is back up. Resistance is here. If you take out 113.06, you negate this downtrend, but you don't start an uptrend. It's a difficult market in front of a major report. You're going to get Bollinger Bands coming into play left and right tomorrow. If you don't understand them, take a look at this and start to learn about this neat tool. I'm Ira. I'll talk to you later. Take a look. Welcome. I'm Ira Epstein, and I'm here to talk about my enhanced Bollinger Band course. Now, many of you have taken my regular charting course, and if not, you might think you know something about Bollinger Bands. As you know, Bollinger Bands are an algorithm designed to keep the market trading within it 95% of the time, and on a chart, it will offer on the top part resistance, on the bottom support, and the idea is the market will travel within them. We know that sometimes it latches onto that band, goes up or goes down. Well, how do you play with that? Can you pyramid the positions off that type of thinking? Well, I've applied all three of these into 13 different videos that teach you my concept of it. And from that concept, you're able to work with weekly charts and or daily charts. The 13 videos, each about 7 minutes long. The idea here is not to put you in school forever, but to teach. Now, If you haven't tried my complete futures research, I throw that in as well. Whether you've tried this or not, I think it's worth taking a look at. I think you're going to learn something from there. That research, by the way, covers twice daily market updates for you and access to what I call window envelope numbers, which I think are very important when looking at these Bollinger Bands. The next part is a trial to our charting software so you can make your charts look the same way that mine do. It's that simple. Where do you go with it and how do you get all this? It's simple. You go to our website, www.iraepstein.com. If you go to the word education, everything you need is answered there. You can also call my staff. They'll be happy to help you get set up. I'm Ira Epstein, on the road to your education.